We're hitting the hottest part of the summer, but keeping your home air conditioned could end up burning through your bank account. NV Energy has raised rates for energy, blaming capital costs and increasing your bill an average of $10.25 a month. But consumer watchdogs say the energy company is inflating growth numbers to build and buy power plants. The Public Utilities Commission noticed. They ordered NV Energy to revise projections. But we don't know if rates will remain up or go down. And Planet Hollywood is also paying big bills, $500,000 to settle claims about abuse within Prive nightclub. Last week, Clark County denied Prive its permanent liquor license application, forcing the club to shut down. The club had actually been operating on a temporary license for the past year and a half during a routine review period, but obviously the club failed. But this is a first. The Gaming Control Board's fine against Planet Hollywood sets a precedent for holding casinos responsible for activity inside the clubs, even if the casinos don't actually own them. And out on the streets, thanks to a UNLV professor, traffic may improve across the entire nation. Pushkin Katru specializes his research in traffic management. This professor and his team of talented students use transportronics, a blend of research and engineering to churn out mathematical analyzations of accidents to help cities figure out how to begin using things like signals or even text messages to react to accidents so that traffic doesn't back up. So watch and hope for improvements. And now we turn it over to John Katzlamidas as he files the Katz Report.
The Las Vegas Sun ran a story last week that reported that American Indians' sweat lodge religious practices would not be affected by a smoking ban at Nevada penitentiaries, Nevada prisons. And this raises the question, there's a smoking ban in our prisons? I was stunned to learn this. I mean, what are these people going to use as currency? Nicorette or the patch? Like 3 patches for a date out there. You know, in reading this story, I was thinking that the Nevada penal system is more healthy than Las Vegas Athletic Club. They should set up some ellipticals out there and call it 5 to 10 fitness. We've got a story that's ongoing regarding the UNLV search for a new president, and I think that the top candidate, or somebody that they should at least interview, Nadia Suleiman. This is the Octomom. She knows how to procreate. She knows how to babysit. She's got 14 kids. It's not just the 8 kids. She knows how to assemble a staff. She can deal with the regents if she's dealing with 14 children. And I think after a couple of years under her helm, the enrollment at UNLV will be something like 50,000. We've got a story that we wrote also last week that centers on a Nebraska philanthropist who is suing Bally's, Rio, and the Caesars Palace because he was plied with alcohol to the point where he rolled up a $15 million gambling marker debt. This guy is claiming that he was impaired while he was gambling. I don't want to comment on this case specifically, but I remember about 20 years ago, I was in a similar situation and made a bet on the Atlanta Falcons to cover 6 points against the San Francisco 49ers. I wasn't really thinking clearly. The 49ers won the game something like 52-17. Maybe I can sue Joe Montana and Charles Dimry, the cornerback for the Falcons, who was violated for 5 touchdown passes that day. We've also got a story about the blacklist that's being lifted at the federal level for the city of Las Vegas and Orlando and these types of cities that are resort towns. Politicians don't like to give taxpayer monies to people who are going to take junkets to Orlando and Las Vegas, but I think we should have something like a white list, places in Nevada where we think these politicians can go to have conferences. I'd put Caliente on there, I'd put Ely on there, I'd put Alamo on there, Wells, Nevada, all those towns on US 93 as you head northbound up into Idaho. After about 15 minutes of sightseeing, you have no distractions on that stretch, trust me.
And head over to LasVegasSun.com for more top headlines and up-to-the-minute news reports.